Okay, we are taking a first look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. We are playing on PS4 Pro. Keep in mind, this is a press code provided by the publisher. This is exclusive to PlayStation for a month. Apparently, the internet is up in arms about that. Little bit of background on that, though. This is probably that deal that PlayStation signed with Activision this generation, right? To bring all Call of Duty games early to PlayStation 4. Like, it was that 30-day exclusivity, right? I don't know why in particular people are mad about this one. This has been happening for 4 years. Maybe this holds so much reverence as a Call of Duty game that this is why people are mad. I don't know, but like, just it's 30 days exclusive here and then it's coming to everywhere. Also, the big other thing about this is that's right, chat, it says campaign. They remastered the campaign. They didn't do what they did with Modern Warfare 1. They didn't remaster the whole game. It's only the campaign. Keep in mind, like, there's a few changes here. First of all, with Modern Warfare Remastered, you couldn't buy that, and I'm pretty sure up to this day, unless they've changed it, you couldn't buy it standalone, right? You had to buy the deluxe edition or the super master edition, whatever, of one of their previous Call of Duty games, and it was a part of that, right? So this is different here. You can buy this separately. It's about 20 bucks, and whatever that translates into pounds, dollars, but it's only the single player. I've checked out about 5 minutes of it before we streamed to like sell audio and all that. Initially, I was disappointed, or I'm very disappointed, because I think Modern Warfare 2 is probably one of the greatest online shooters of all time. In my opinion, the reason they probably didn't remaster the multiplayer is because it would probably hurt Call it Modern Warfare 2019, right? I so wish they would have, though. So it's like goods and bads. You get to buy it separately. You don't have to buy some big collection. If you do buy this, it links into your Modern Warfare Warzone. You get some skins and stuff. So we're just gonna take a first look at the campaign, and if anybody remembers anything from this, there's that one mission, no Russian. We'll get to take a look at it again. We'll see how it holds up in 2020. We have some interesting conversations around there. Again, I can't remember. We're playing on. I can't remember if I already said this. We're playing on PS4 Pro. Keep in mind, this is a press code provided by the publisher. If you are watching this over on Twitch, YouTube, whatever, turn those notification bells on. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button so you do know when new videos drop. I would appreciate it very much. It's kind of the best way you can help out the channel. Okay, let's just get right into it. So what we'll do, because it's only the single player, we'll play like an hour of the single player. We'll probably get to that mission, have a little conversation around that mission, discuss this game in general, and then we'll call it. If we quickly go to the options, because obviously streamer, one thing I did notice, there's not a lot of like voice options in this, which is kind of lacking in options. Apparently this has HDR support now. I think this was like, was it Beanox that did the remaster? I have this on PS3. I have my PS3 hooked up. I was considering like playing that and then playing this so we could do it straight on comparison, but I already think that, you know, this video is gonna get buried because of that one airport scene. So I was pondering left and right, is it worth going through all that effort where nobody might even watch the video? Backstory on this game was one of the first games I streamed on Twitch. The multiplayer of this game is probably, even up to this day, like 4 years later, because I used to stream a lot of this 4 years ago, it's probably one of my most played games on Twitch. I love the multiplayer in this and Modern Warfare 3. So that's how much of a disappointment it is that it hasn't got the multiplayer. But soon as I played the single player, like 5 minutes of it off stream, I was like, oh goddamn, okay, I remember why. This is one of their best single player campaigns they've done. So I know a lot of people only played Modern Warfare Remastered for the single player because only the tryhards were playing the online on that. You can literally go, you can get that in that package, play the single player, then play the multiplayer, and then get destroyed so badly you're like, what? I hate this game. So that the remastered multiplayer of that game, Modern Warfare 1 Remaster, it was just way too tryhard and sweaty, and the player base weren't big enough, which made it so the hardcore were playing it. So I don't know. I would have liked to have seen them, because even though I can go back and play Modern Warfare 2 on my PS3, the servers are hacked to shit. You know, everybody's DDoSing, everybody's got hacks on, everybody's got their Xboxes and their PS3s hacked, so everybody's cheating. it would be nice, you know. This is historically, I think this multiplayer is very important. There's already some conversations about this was remade a long time ago by them. It it kind of leaked, right? People were saying that the information leaked that they're getting out about this, and because of that one scene, no Russian, some people are saying that they was trying to, I don't know if this is true, this just could be tinfoil hat time, they was trying to figure out the right moment to release this, because whenever they did release this, there's that one scene that was going to cause controversy, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, we get to that. It's about 40 minutes in, so if you want to go specifically to that scene, probably forward this video from here about 40 minutes, is that airport scene where you shoot up an airport. Even when this originally, I should say, this game come on what, 2009, PS3, Xbox 360. Even back then there was controversy. It was to the point I was like, do I want to show it on stream, because it's a different world now, you know. I was even scared. I was like, is my footage gonna get taken down? To the point where we get right into this, it tells you right here, look, when you start the game, it says okay, hold on. It says this game is fully is a fully remastered version of the original campaign from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which was released in 2009. All characters and actions are fictional. This is like them saying, right? This game was made in 2009. Okay, keep that in mind. It goes in even further. Disturbing content notice. Some players may find some game content in one of the missions disturbing or offensive. Would you like to have the option to skip this content? You will not be penalized in terms of trophies or game completion. I'm gonna put no, I won't. And it says, you sure? Like, you know, if you answer yes, you will never be asked about the skipping the content again. The skip content option will be available in the pause menu. Never ask again. So we're gonna play it. I got some conversations to have around that when we get to that bit. I find it much more disturbing now, like genuinely, when we get to it. And you'll see, like, remember when we played 2019 last year, I was like, that bit in London is like hits home more because so much fucked up shit has happened since then. So like, I don't know, in higher resolution, whatever. I watched I think GameSpot play it, and I was like, oh shit, this is actually like terrifying scene, the airport scene. Or maybe I was just dumb and young then. I was in my early 20s and it didn't sink in. Now I'm in my 30s, that scene sinks in more. But yeah, that is like 40 minutes in. Let's we'll discuss that when we get to that, because it's kind of important. Anyway, this game has a solid start. For those that don't know, Modern Warfare, when it came out, it revolutionized and changed online shooters on consoles. I know some people now might go, whatever, it's made too much of it, but trust me, at that time it did. And then this was the big smash hit follow-up sequel to that. Everybody was mainly interested in the multiplayer for this, but legitimately, other than that, even forget the controversy over that airport scene where you shoot up an airport, the single player of this was actually solid. Like, it starts solid, the music, I don't mean to talk over it, but it gives you, this bit is just reminding you of what happens in Modern Warfare. Chat goes, you're telling me that the scene has so much controversy you even have the option to skip it? Yep. They gave the option in the original too. Oh, really? But the flavor text of, oh, this was a game that was made in 2009, remember, that's a little bit different though. Because they knew they was probably gonna, and some people are saying that, wait, probably, like, I don't know, this could be tinfoil hat stuff. Like, everybody's so busy with coronavirus right now, nobody's probably not gonna even notice this game that comes out where you shoot up. There's a scene where the bad guys shoot up an airport. How much does this cost? I think it's like 20.
Change, the more they stay the same.
Oh, the voice chat. All right,
Boundaries
let's
shift, new players step in, but power always finds a place to rest its head.
Oh, this is, yeah, so it's
We
exclusive
fought
for
and
30
bled
days.
alongside the Russians.
PS4.
We should have known they'd hate us for it. History is written by the
What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Sean?
and here I am thinking we'd won. But you bring down one enemy and they find someone even worse to replace him.
Dude, the voiceover, let's go.
Locations change. The rationale, the objective. Yesterday's enemies are today's recruits. Train them to fight alongside you, And pray they don't eventually decide to hate you for it too.
Again, we was talking. Okay, hold on.
Same shit, different day.
So many
You know
cool
what I'm looking
one-liners.
for, Sergeant Foley. Keep your eyes open.
Got a new batch hitting the pit today, sir. I'll send you the best I find.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm older now and I'm playing the single player, because back in the day I can remember I played the single player just to get the trophies. And it was like, oh, I got to play the single player quick enough so then I can then like play the multiplayer. I can remember going to Tesco's at 12 o'clock in the night for this, lining up in the queue, coming back home, playing with my friends. Within the first year, I put 22 days in the game hours in the game. So I could be looking at this game with a hell of jaded glasses, not jaded, like with reverence glasses, right? So like keep that in mind going forward. Like, it was one of the first games I platinum and everything. But also is that's why I'm so gutted that the multiplayer ain't here. I wish they would have done it. Also, this was probably one of the shooters that I'm the best at as well. So let's go.
Private Allen here is going to do a quick weapons demonstration to show you locals how it's done. No offense.
Chat goes, what kind of shops do you have that you can buy stuff at midnight? It's like a 24-hour like shopping, like food shopping thing. And they games started to become so popular back here, like when PS3 and Modern Warfare was one of the things. FIFA and Modern Warfare like started to blow up then. So like your food shops, your big like Safeways and Tesco's and the food shops started to stock games. It was great if you wanted to buy games in the middle of the night. And now to the extent where those shops like Tesco's and all that are probably like better price, like a better price to buy games than like Game or GameStop, whatever.
Show our friends here how the Rangers take down a target. Crouch first, then aim down.
So you start off in this base tutorial mission. So yeah, I don't.
Adopt the crouching stance.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if it's because I'm older now and I'm actually gonna pay attention to the story, or I was just too young then and I was too focused on the multiplayer, so I didn't really understand the impact, or if it's just because so much fucked up shit has happened in the world since 2009. So like we was talking about wokeness before, even though some people use it as a meme term. Like everybody genuinely, you know, whether you like the term or not, has become more woke and understanding of what's going on in the world. So like this game, even though it's a game for its time, the story you understand some of what they're saying here way better now. Like that, the line start. He's just telling us how to throw grenades and stuff. Like the game started with saying, "Oh, you hope that you train these personnel and they don't turn their back on you." Like that shit didn't even resonate with me when I played this 2009. Now I'm like, oh wait, that shit is kind of deep, right? You know, train these guys and then they become your enemies. You know, but if you look at all the stuff you hear in the news about some of these fighters and how they train and what, everything is way more. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Toss the grenade down the range to take out several targets at once.
So this also, you probably recognize his voice. I'm terrible with actors' names. This game had a big. This was when they first started to use like big casts as well.
Good. Note that frags tend to roll on sloped surfaces, so think twice before tossing one uphill. All right. Thanks for the help, Private Allen. Now get over to the pit. General Shepard wants to see you run the course.
All right, General Shepard wants to see me run the course. And from what I remember, there was a trophy for this. You could check my profile chat if you're following me. Invisible B. I got the platinum for this, I swear. Oh, do you know what's weird? And I just took... Wow, not only have they removed the multiplayer from this, it was Keith David, thank you chat. They also removed the co-op. This was one of the first big co-op games, especially co-op shooters that was made last generation. Why would they remove the co-op?
Welcome back to the pit.
Again, we was talking about it as like,
Wants to pull a shooter from our unit for something
like
special.
maybe they were scared that is gonna
Okay, he's up there in observation.
affect sales of Modern Warfare
good, so you gotta get your
2019,
sidearm.
and that's why they didn't. There's already some rumors about maybe they bring some of the multiplayer maps from this to that game. I don't know, but I would just
Good, now
loved
switch
it
to
if they
your
would have.
sidearm again.
I would have loved it if they would have bought the multiplayer.
You see how fast that was? Remember, switching to your pistol's always faster than reloading.
Okay, okay, we got it. Yeah, so a lot of people hold reverence for the original Modern Warfare. I think this game was better in every single way. It was more broke as well. Don't get me, the multiplayer was broke. That's why it was more fun. The single player was more action-packed.
Timer starts as
More
soon as the
like...
target pops.
It was like Modern Warfare was a good movie, and then this one, they went crazy and just everything was more insane. Oh, I gotta run, of course. Don't shoot the kid! See that? I knew all the tricks for this, where shoot once to hit. Did I hit a civilian?
You looked okay out there, but you still need some work. Okay, head upstairs and regroup with your team. Where you can
Wow,
go back
it gave
and
me
run the course again.
difficulty regular, hard, and veteran. I think there's a trophy for if you complete on hardest difficulty.
All
Whatever.
other units, get to your victors. We're headed out.
What's your PSN? Type in exclamation mark PSN.
Let's move the damn bridge. We gotta move. Everyone get to your vehicles. We're moving out.
I wonder why they even released this out of nowhere. So this is what is weird, because I don't know if gamers hold the reverence for this game now that they did back then. But let me tell you, this was the this was the Call of Duty that made the, like, some people will say it was Modern Warfare 1. It wasn't. It was Modern Warfare 2 that made this like a household name. Everybody's gonna buy it every year. This was the game that invented the Dude Bros on another level. This was also the game that invented the Degenerates online. But
We can't give you
so
freedom,
that's why it was like,
but we can
like,
give you the know-how to acquire
they must have always had the
And
plan
that,
to.
my
I
friend,
wish, you know,
is
like,
worth
I wish
more
this
than a
year's
whole
Modern
army
Warfare
base
wasn't
of
that
steel.
successful, so that they would have added the
Sure, it
multiplayer to
matters
this.
who's got the biggest stick, but it matters a hell of a lot more who's swinging it.
I remember online climbing the crane that was on the edge of the on high rise. Let's go. I would know the map names.
History is written by the victors. Let's get to work.
Like, yeah, all these lines mean so much more. History is written by the victors. It's so true, right? Like, you could say, oh, I don't like politics in my video games, but this game was hella political. So all the Call of Duty games, right? Like, you think the Metal Gear games were as well, but the fact that you got people are way more woke now, and leftism is like way more a thing now online as well. Like, people understand those terms. I know people are like, I don't want no politics in my video games on my first look, but maybe that's why people understand that whole, oh wait, history is written by the victors, right? And how the America fucked up the Iraq war and everything. It's like, oh, maybe it wasn't weapons of mass destruction then, you know.
If that bridge layer gets hit,
That's why I say, like, because of what's happened in the world,
Warlord, this is
that's why everything kind of has a different context with this video game. That's why,
target is a white
like, if you're old enough, maybe if you're younger, if you're young, like when I would play this, I was in my early 20s. Maybe it's just a single player and it's not gonna really, you know, you're just gonna be like, whatever, it's a video game, you know, and that's fair. But I think if you're older and you play this, you're gonna be like, oh wait. Anybody that watches the news all the time and hears about the fucked up stuff that is going on in the world is like, oh, a lot of this shit hits close to home, right? You know, High Rise is probably my favorite map. High Rise is one of my favorite maps. Threesome. But yeah, it's funny. There's a big website. I don't want to say their name, but they talked about it. It was like, oh, you know, that scene was a big deal was made out of it for nothing, you know. Wait, what happened? How did I feel? When we get to that scene, we'll talk about it, but the world is a different place right now. They went out their way in the beginning of the game to say, yeah, remember this game was made when?
Target is a white 12-story apartment building. Over.
Oh wait, mustn't I push forward? I can't even remember what I was doing here.
Devil 1-1, flight of 2 F-15s online. Stand by for relay.
Hunter 2-1, this is Devil 1-1. Flight of 2 F-15s, time on station 15 mics, holding at 3 Sierra Northwest. Holding area 9, securing 2 J-dams and 2 horns, over.
On the bridge, 10 o'clock high. Multiple targets, take them out!
Standing by.
Devil 1-1, target is a white 12-story apartment building at grid 252171. I need you to level that building. How copy, over?
Oh, I missed the bridge.
2-1.
Alright, sorry everybody. Concentrate on the game. This was the game that also invented the 360 no scope from the console players. There's loads of talk right now with the cross compatibility with PC and console players and auto aim. They perfected the auto aim in this game, where people could do the 360 no scope nonsense.
Let's go, move on!
Yeah, it starts off like any other war-torn you shoot shit, but it gets way interesting later.
Hey, Dave, which one is it? Is it the one on the left or the right? The one on the left.
Hey, isn't this danger close for the task force? Come on, since when does Shepard care about danger close?
That's what I'm talking about.
Because people don't mind politics in games as long as it doesn't include women and trans people, right? And I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. The point is though that like we have to talk about it of right-wing gamers and the rise of right-wing gamers, and that's why they was like, oh, I don't like politics in my video games. But like now is way more balanced to an extent where real life issues are talked about, right? Is a better thing, and that's why they get triggered of, oh wait, there's women in my video games, or they're talking about the LGBT community. Where is this bullshit?
I got nothing, dude.
But it's like anything in the world, right? It's way more better to have a balanced conversation than anything that is one-sided, regardless left or right. I mean, maybe this game helped fuel the degenerate toxicity online gamers as well, though. The amount of shit you used to hear in the multiplayer in this game, this was the rise. This was the start of it. Chat's point is true though, right? Like they're like, oh, we don't mind politics as long as there's not politics that doesn't trigger us. But when they don't realize this game was hell of political. When I hear certain sites going, oh yeah, that scene doesn't really matter, it's just a scene in the video game, I'm like, come on dude, wake up and look at it. Like yeah, it's true, I understand that it's just a video game, but like it's hella interesting if you look at it in context, right? When we get to it, we'll see. Maybe I'm playing up the scene too much, but I mean, let's not forget, in Modern Warfare 3, they upped it even more, right? They dropped like gas. It was like, I was like, oh, in this they shot up an airport, and in that they like killed children. Oh, where am I? And they dropped like gas on like a country and like nuke a country or some shit, right? And then after that, I was like, oh well, where do we go from here? We shot up an airport, nuke the country, gas kids. Dude, where am I getting blasted from? I'm trying to think if the single player run at 60 FPS. I know the I know the multiplayer did. I can't remember if the single player did. Again, I know they've added like HDR and stuff.
They're moving around upstairs.
Get the hell away from those windows and secure the top floor.
All right, I know this game so well. There's like laptop intels in here, and it was part of the. It was part of the get the trophy. Hey, where am I getting shot from? Oh, I didn't realize there was people in this room. Professional video game player. I swear there was a laptop in there originally.
Can you assist? Over.
Keep it together, 2-3. We're on the way. 2-1 out.
Targets! Front of the school! Take them out!
It did. I said it earlier. Can I complain that this isn't a remaster and is a remake? Wait, I'm missing context. Context. So in that sense, like we was going on about again, I'm glad that gamers are becoming more woke. It adds so much more of a freaking balanced conversation, at least, rather than it's just video games, or take those politics out my video games. Even these big publishers realize it. That's why they put all these warnings. Oh god, I'm gonna get blown up. That's why they put all these warnings in these video games. It's just because, oh, somebody's so sensitive and they're gonna get triggered. It's to the extent they were like, oh no, people are way more understanding now, and they realize the world is a fucked up place. So, the game might be a tad bit dark. Hold on, chat. See, there it's got. This is what we used to do back in the day. We used to up the brightness so you could see in those corners better, so you could try hard better at. You could try hard. Well, where am I getting from? So you could try hard better at multiplayer. Also, this was the game where melee was hella good. And the amount they shot out. I
think I saw one running to that platform.
That laptop? Do I see a laptop?
Hunter 2-1 actual to Overlord.
I found a laptop!
Hunter
Let's get
2-1
that trophy.
actual, this is
I wonder if I
Overlord.
should
Send
platinum this.
traffic.
The school is secure and hostiles are withdrawing from the area. We're just mopping up now.
Solid copy, Hunter 2-1 actual. Proceed with caution to the rally point.
Said it earlier, can't complain.
Area, over.
That isn't a remaster and is a remake. This isn't the PS3 game running at higher res. They remade the game in a new engine.
Get to that rally point.
But it's called Modern Warfare 2 Remaster. Oh, I see what you're saying, chat. Yeah, they've remade the game, but it's called a remaster, not a remake. Interesting. Yeah, because I think it was I was saying earlier it was Beanox that did it, right? I guess it doesn't even really matter to an extent, because it would only really matter to that much extent if they included the multiplayer, right? Because that's where people want to generally see the performance too. Because most of these, especially with these early Modern Warfare games, everything was so scripted and corridors, and you have to hit that one point and kill that one guy, or, you know, it was just everything was scripted scenes. So, like, even if it does run at a higher frame rate, wherever, yeah, it's nice to extent, but you could, it would only make a major difference if they included that multiplayer.
Orders from me from now on. I'll brief you on the chopper. Let's go.
Battalion is Oscar Mike!
It's a shame again that they didn't do it. You know, loading times are pretty fast. It's weird that they didn't add more options for like audio levels and that though. Gunshot sounds, music sounds. Which one was the Modern Warfare that started with the snow
So how
scene?
do I look?
Was that free?
Like one of the bad guys. Perfect for your undercover assignment.
So Makarov is the prize.
Makarov's no prize. He's a whore. A mad dog killer for the highest bidder. Just remember your new identity. It'll keep you alive. Welcome to the 141. Best hand-picked group of warriors on the planet.
Also, we have to say though,
It's
it's
an
not
honor,
gonna
sir.
it's not gonna
When
be
do I meet
that
the
much of
rest
a
of the team?
big difference, right? Because
They're
this
on a
was the
mission
last gen
recovering
game that was a
downed
HD
ACS
game
module
anyway.
behind enemy lines.
I mean, it's like it's
feet
gonna be
wet.
higher res textures
Imagine
and just a
they're just
higher
about
res
freezing
game,
right
right?
now.
I'm assuming maybe I should have put in my PS3 and we could have done the side by side. Again, though, I was just like, it's gonna go up on Twitch and YouTube, and you know, that scene, I don't know.
Break's over, Roach. Let's go.
I think they showed this bit at E3, right? And they called it cliffhanger as well. Let's go, boomers in the chat. Let's go. Oh, it's got new texture. What, high res textures or new textures, chat? This was it was like, oh man, the baloney looks so good. It looks so good. I'm pretty sure they showed this bit off at E3.
Stay here and spawn me. Wait for my go.
Now of them start with the snow scene. It's not though. All the models are new textures. Oh really? So it's not just high res, runs at better frame rate. Yeah, I need to play that old game and look at it from side to side. But again, to me, I only played up until this point. Like, I played the single player of this, and I think this was the last one where I went hardcore into the single player, and that was just to get the trophies anyway. After that this was the start of the Call of Duty bros, and I was one of them at that time, just coming to these games just for the multiplayer. Again, even though I have reverence for this game in the total package, and this was like hell, there was some hell of cool points here. It's a weird
I'll see you on the
decision
far side.
that they did decide to take out.
Hold on! Don't let
The multiplayer. Oh, actually, yeah, you could totally, like, the faces and everything. Okay. I don't know why I'm saying it's just higher res. There was not a lot of, like, PR about this, and when it came out, it was just like, oh, it's out. We're releasing it. There was not a whole big ordeal around, oh, yeah, this is coming back. This is the date, and da-da-da-da. I guess, like, it's kind of a fucked up time in the world anyway. So there's bigger things to worry about than get your PR statements for
Check your heartbeat.
Modern Warfare 2 Remaster out, right? So that probably kind of hindered it. This is when they introduced the heartbeat sensor, chat. Where you used to get so much shit online for using the heartbeat. Ah, he's using the heartbeat sensor. Fuck him. Alright, it's bringing back memories. Pro tip though, you probably shouldn't use it in multiplayer because all you end up doing was looking at the heartbeat sensor most of the time. You would just get murked.
You take the one on the left. On three. 1, 2, 3. Nicely done.
Thank you. Like, what is the chances they at some point go, okay, here's the multiplayer? Melee was so satisfying in this. Man, this I wonder if this
1, 2, 3. Nice work.
I wonder if this base mission is as cool as the GoldenEye base mission. Again, I could be looking at this because I'm so fond of the original. I could be overhyping this. It's so hard for me to judge. So if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, just take that with a grain of salt. It hasn't even been that long though, if you think about it. 2009, so what, 11 years old? 11 years old now, games are classics enough to get remakes, remasters? Anybody wants to check how much?
Storm is brewing up. Let's split up. I'll use the thermal scope and provide overwatch from this ridge. Use the cover of the storm to enter the base. You'll be a ghost in this blizzard. So
I'll
the
be a
guards
ghost,
won't see
chat.
you until you're very close. Keep an eye on your heartbeat sensor. Good luck.
That goes the PS3, Xbox 360. Wii is 2 generations old at this point. But also though, I think since the PS3 generation is also the generation where we had least amount of like massive leaps in video game graphics, right? That's my point in general. You know, when they remake a SNES game or a PS2 game, like once the HD era came, resolutions got higher, texture details got a little bit better, but we're not talking like, oh, PS1, PS2, it was like, oh god, this is hard to look at kind of thing, you know?
I'll take this one. Stay out of sight. You will get out of there. They found you. This is easier when you don't alert them. You're in the clear. They're returning to their positions.
That's what I mean, where like, you know, 2 generations or 11 years and we can get a
There's a truck coming. Stay out of sight.
remaster remake.
Hostile to the right. Hide. Take cover. They're onto you.
Right. This is the game that made me good at stuff. Where is he?
Target on your left. You know, that was sloppy. The rest of them have given up looking for you, and they're returning
This is
to
the
their
game that got me good at stealth. I have turned brightness up a tinge. I'm wondering if it will probably. All right, here you gotta be careful.
Approach the fueling stations near the northeast corner of the runway. Hide. You've alerted one of the guards. Target on your right. Hold up. I'm seeing some activity on the runway. Looks like 20+ foot mobiles headed your way. Heads up, I see tangos coming from multiple directions.
Mistakes for me.
Target on your left. Target behind you.
They're not gonna even know I was here.
There is a reason we brought silencers.
I'm sorry?
The rest of them have given up looking for you, and they're returning to their original positions.
Whoops. I wonder if I should. I did turn up the brightness. God. In general, it probably wouldn't make a difference, but.
That's the fueling station. You found it. I'm picking up more radio traffic about the satellite. Stand by. Got it. Sounds like the satellite's in the far hangar. Brace you there. Oscar Mike, out.
Wait, where do I go?
Picking up large heat signatures near the tower. Could be BMPs. I'd avoid that area.
Stuffing.
BMP's got thermal sights. Get the hell out of there.
They have thermal sights. Ten out of 10. What do you reckon, ladies and gents?
Took a scenic bit, eh? Let's go.
Was this the first game that? No, it was the first. Modern Warfare 1 was the slow mo. Was the slow mo break into the door? Blah blah blah.
Go upstairs and look for the ACS module.
Upstairs. Base module. That there was your granddad's hard drive, ladies and gents.
I've been compromised. Keep a low profile and hold your fire.
Holding fire.
Roach, go to plan B.
Whoop.
Stay close and hug the wall. We use the mix for cover and cross the tarmac to the southeast.
All right, I got it.
Roach, follow me. Let's go. Head for the MiG. I'll cover you.
Head to the where? Oh, Mig. Oh, UMP, one of the best guns in the game. Let's go.
Snowmobiles, take them out. To the east, Roach, go. I'll make a run to the next MiG. Give me some covering fire.
Sure.
I've got you covered, Roach. Move up, move up. Cover me. Taking a break for it.
See what I mean? Like, I kind of know about this game because I tried to get the platinum for it. You don't wait and then because I know the enemies will keep spawning, and I just know the trigger points because I played the original single player so much to get that platinum. You just shoot and then you run through. Otherwise, they just continuously respawn. Ooh, get wrecked.
Take that snowmobile. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right, I got it, Sarge. No breaches were this game. I'm like 90% they started here. Wait, didn't I think you had it in Modern Warfare 1 in the boat scene, right? Could be wrong. I was thinking that there was one, or is there a boat? Is there a water boat scene in this game? Didn't they just like they have it there and then all else is to shoot and they? Again, I could be mixing like Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. Like the campaigns, they were continuing stories, so everything mixes together for me. Now shooting doesn't. Oh wait, maybe shooting doesn't matter here.
Bravo 6, we're at bingo fuel. What's your status? Over.
Kilo 6-1, we're taking
Because it was introduced here, you just dropped down the boat. Oh, I thought it was a inside one of the boat doors. You did it, maybe I'm misremembering. Oh God. Chat, you have to understand, dear YouTube as well, if you're watching this, they have to take responsibility for this. They ask me questions and then I get distracted from, you know, shooting and driving my... Looking back at this, I wonder if there's some like Die Hard 2 references from this game. You know, in Die Hard 2, he does the snowmobile thing, right? In the snow. Obviously, snowmobile is going to be in the snow. Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Head to chopper, let's go! Bravo 6, we have you on visual. Get your ass on board. We're running on fumes here.
See how everything was just like more, it was cooler, set piece scenes. This is borderline James Bond movie game.
The rest of Task Force 141 brought in the ACS, Alan. 2 men took down an entire base. I ask much more from you now. Yesterday you were a soldier on the front lines, but today, front lines are history. Uniforms are relics. The war rages everywhere, and there will be casualties.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
man,
I kind of...
Makarov, is fighting his own war, and he has no rules, no boundaries.
I kind of really want to get to the airport.
Human trafficking or
Get
genocide.
to the airport scene and then...
He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any
Like,
set
that's
of
the
ideals.
big conversation
He trades
start
blood for
piece.
money.
Whether you like it or not,
He's
you
your
know.
new best friend. You don't want to know what it's cost already to put you next to him. It will cost you a piece of yourself. It will cost
So here's
you
the thing where
compared
people
to
say
everything
this
you'll
where
save.
mainstream publications were taking it out of context because they didn't understand you weren't shooting up an airport. You were literally like infiltrating the group, and then out of context it could look worse than it is, and it wasn't a big deal. But like, watch for yourself. Regardless of the story elements, it's still kind of... Here we go.
Snami Bo. Remember, no Russian.
This is why they call this no Russian, because he says it right there, no Russian. You kind of haven't got a taste for this stuff. You might want to tune out, come back in 10 minutes. Like you can shoot. You totally don't have to. And I think there was a trophy originally. Again, I got a platinum for this. I think there's a trophy if you go through without shooting. Especially where everything is like high res graphics and all that. When the crazy shit that goes on in the world, it was just look at this. This dude is like put his hands up like don't shoot me.
Up the stairs. Go.
Yeah, it's kind of like that scene with Modern Warfare 2019 where there was the London scene. I don't know if it's because I'm an older gamer now and like I just don't play video games. And just, oh, it's just a video game. I like them to tell stories, and if you actually think about it, this was like a. This was kind of a. Dude's just crawling away and. Yeah, but at the same time, it's weird that I played this when it originally came out, and I was just like, had no impact at all. But I can play this now. I'm like, yikes. Again, this is the scene that they say you can skip. This is like the big talking point sensitive moment. I don't know. I would like to go back to the original. Maybe it was so fuzzy it didn't really affect me back then, or if it just start contrast now, or I don't think I can. I definitely can't say though. Oh, it's just the clip and it's just a bit in a video game and whatever. It's definitely a powerful scene, and anybody who plays it down as it's just a bit in a video game, whatever, is probably missing what the devs were trying to do anyway, right?
Let's go.
Anybody who says that is probably doing a disservice to the scene anyway, regardless if you like it or you don't like it, or even if you're like, oh, it's a video game. Like, they was probably going for shock factor and I'm trying to think back to me as a 20-something-year-old. Was it just because I was rushing through this bit at 2 in the morning because I wanted to get to the multiplayer? And you know, with anything around that time, the more drama and controversy, you're just naturally defensive and like, no, I love video games. It's just the mainstream people just don't get video games, whatever. So you're defending it regardless. But now I'm older, you can have a much more nuanced conversation around it. And you're like, yeah, okay, I can see. You know, was the whole thing made so they can have a conversation around it? Who knows, you know?
This way, let's go.
But it's also kind of weak to just go, video game, whatever. You know? I think when I was in my 20s, I would have been more like, I love video games. Mainstream public is just trying to attack video games. Fuck them. Now I'm older and I love video games anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, man. Whew, maybe this scene was a little bit yikes. Oh, and I can remember there was actual press about, oh, wait, you can shoot cops. I think I have to. It's like, oh, there's a bit you can shoot cops as well. It's so crazy. If you think about it in 2020, right? Oh, wait, you could shoot a cop in a video game? That bit ain't that crazy. I don't know if I can move from this point if I don't shoot. I totally can't remember. Here's the worst part. You know, this map, Terminal, is one of the best maps in Call of Duty multiplayer history. That's the worst part about it. And even though I love this map, I never actually thought it was, oh, wait, this is the airport scene. I was just like, oh, this is a cool... This is a great multiplayer map. Chat goes, yeah, for example, in 2009, I didn't even understand the story of this game. Yeah, so I was like 20, I was in my mid-20s, early 20s. I don't think I was paying that much hardcore attention. I'm not sure if I can do this scene without. Maybe I can. I know there's a. I'm pretty sure. Then again, because mainstreams are just so much big, like maybe just this doesn't. I mean, you could look at it both ways, right? You could be like, oh, video games are so big now, this doesn't register. Or you could be like, oh, video games are so much bigger now and everybody's so much woke, this will register 10 times more. But back then, we did have the, you know, everybody trying to clamp down on video games. Oh, they're destroying our children, blah, blah, blah. Like, the last game that I can, was it Agony? That was the last game that I can remember in the last 5-10 years where there was big drama about, oh, this game's like hyper violent for just being violent, and there was pushback on that. Or there was that one guy who put that game on Steam where you go around killing people and then it got banned off of Steam or something. That's the only two things I can remember. But even then there was criticism like, nah, this is just being violent just for being violent. There's no point to the story. And again, if you look at this out of context, you're like, oh, why are they shooting a police? Why are they shooting an airport? This don't make sense. But if you look at the story, I'm trying to infiltrate this group because they're about to destroy nukes onto the world. Or spoilers, chat. I think that's the mainline story, like something along those lines. So I have to take, like, you know, I have to take one for the team where they kill people here to stop them killing billions. Or so there is a story reason, right? Even though it's a bit oof. Because AI still as useless as ever, right? I'm pretty like I would blast away here because again, video game, and I just want to get through the scene. But I think there's a trophy here. But yeah, the airport bit, I definitely look twice on that now. I'm like, oof, yikes. You know, I'm not in like a punk. Oh, this guy, why you being such a punk for? Whatever, just a video game. In a more of a, yeah, I can appreciate the story now. I'm way more understanding, and I'm way more understanding of, oh wait, this is meant to be a powerful scene. They just shot innocent people in the airport. And I'm probably saying me myself, I probably didn't do it justice when I was like in my early 20s, not understanding the. Because now I'm much more of the video games are art forms, and they could be art forms, and they could tell great stories and so moving and everything, you know. Maybe I was feeling that less so then. Damn it, I don't know if I can get through this without shooting. So yeah, I mean, in the last couple of years, there's only been two. Like, an Agony got major pushback. I was like, this is just dumb. It's not even a good horror game. It makes no sense. You're just being violent for violent. Hatred, whatever. But this did have story context. Well, it looks like I'm black. I don't know if I can get this trophy. Like, these games have a point. Oh, no, wait, they're pushing forward. Okay. There's actually a point where you can force the AI to move forward. If you're playing on the hardest difficulty and you're trying to get the trophy, that's what you just have to remember to do. That you go to a certain point and then you can make the game just... God damn it, AI. Or it might, the trophy might have been just don't shoot in the airport. And cops are shooting on me so I can shoot back at them. Alright, we'll never know. I can't stay here all night. Dude, this AI is so stupid. don't know, maybe they made it purposely hard, so I can't do this bit without shooting parts. Again, we love video games here. At least it's like an interesting conversation to be had, right? It wasn't like agony or hatred, just violence for the sake of violence. You can discuss it now. I'm kind of glad where video games are where they are now. Where before it was just, I'm just gonna defend it because I love my video games. Where video games are much more mature stage now, so you can. I'm sure people were doing it back then. Video games are so much bigger now. You do it on it's on a bigger level. Social media, whatever. Oh my day.
This is a message.
The Americans thought he could deceive us. When they find that body, all of Russia will cry for war.
Wait, all of this and he knew? Bam, frame America. Yeah, so if you look at it in context, you know, it has story elements to it. What a gut punch. Yeah, so so we were saying earlier, I don't know if we said this in a video, we were talking about it before the video, there are tinfoil hat people saying, maybe the game got released now because with everything that is going on in the world, this was slided under the radar. They really had to get this out because it's so iconic, the multiplayer and single player, and but there would have been the people who don't understand video games or would have took it out of context and didn't want to have a conversation around it, just wanted to say, oh, video games violence. Maybe now is, you know, everybody's too busy with Corona, whatever.
Alejandro Rojas.
But I don't know. That scene was definitely way more powerful to me as a gamer in my 30s than when I was in my 20s.
The fury of a whole nation, which means that
he's our ticket to Makarov.
All right, let's play one more mission. And I think that would be a good first look at this. Once again, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on Twitch, don't forget that follow button, subscribe button. I'd appreciate it very much. Turn this notification bell on. Let me know what you think about it in chat. What do you think about it in the comments?
Got a positive ID. Whoever these guys are, they're not happy to see him.
So of course, so what you gotta remember is a lot of the single player stuff, they also use it as multiplayer maps. So this was when Favela was first introduced, right? Another great, and like everything I play here, again, see, that's why I mean the multiplayer is so ingrained to me. I just see the single player as a gateway to my multiplayer, and I'm just like, oh wait, this was Favela, right? When you go further on down, it's when Favela starts. Maybe that's why it just didn't have impact for me. I was like, my friends are playing on multiplayer. And the thing is, you kind of needed to, back then anyway, you kind of needed to play single player because the single player would introduce that big new thing to the multiplayer. So for this, it introduced the heartbeat sensor and everything. So you would have to play the single. Well, you wouldn't have to, but it was, if you wanted to get good at the multiplayer, you would have to at least put some hours in it. Think, oh, this is the game's hook, you know. All right, I should pay attention.
A driver's dead. We're on foot. Meet us at the Hotel Rio and cut him off if you can. Roger, I'm on my way.
But all of this just reminds me of, God damn it, why didn't they put the multiplayer in? If you think the crying is bad for modern day multiplayers about balancing and everything, maybe they was just like, we're just gonna get so much shit. You gotta remember, the reason the multiplayer for this game was so good is because it wasn't balanced. It was crazy, where it was just busted and it was just madness. Wait, hold on, how did I fail that again? So it would have been nice to see it in a 2020 context.
Let's go.
but it would probably hurt.
We're on foot. Meet us at the Hotel Rio and cut
Damn
him
it.
off
It would probably hurt Modern Warfare Remastered, so maybe like they did the crashed map, right? And it played so well because you got to remember this is Infinity Ward. Modern Warfare Remastered 2019 is Infinity Ward, so the timing is perfect. Maybe they released it now because this is a great advertisement for Infinity Ward. Because it's a great advertisement for Infinity Ward. Do I have to shoot him? Oh, I have to shoot. You killed Roger. Oh, god damn it. 3 times in a row. Maybe it's just a great advertisement for Infinity Ward. So therefore, advertisement for Modern Warfare 2019. Even though the team that made this game famously, right? They left after Modern Warfare 3. I can't remember. And then they made their next big game was Titanfall and Apex, right? That was the original Modern Warfare. Oh, go for his leg.
He's down.
So the Apex and Titanfall team, this was the original team that made Modern Warfare 1 and 2 at least. Maybe 3?
Roach, this is going to take some time. Go with Meat and Royce and check out the favela for any signs of Rojas. That's where this guy is headed.
Remember, there are civilians in the favela. Watch your fire out there.
So the very next mission, they got here to say, yo, okay, don't be shooting them civilians.
Roger that.
And the Spec Ops was first introduced in this game, and there's a Spec Ops mission with Juggernauts here. Most annoying. Juggernauts was so annoying.
Over. Lots of militia, but no sign of Rojas over here. Over. Copy that. Keep searching. Let me know if you see him. Out. Roach, move up. Let's go.
Where am I getting shot from?
Meet us down. I repeat, meet us down.
Somewhere. Oh god, this is where you don't rush too much. Chat goes, they didn't do free. Oh, so this was the last big one that they did. I don't know. I really like Free's multiplayer though. I think they learned a lot of lessons from this. They made it just as mental as 2, but there was a little bit more balancing. Most of my friends, and we played the multiplayer for this one more. My friends kind of dropped it by free because they had been playing Modern Warfare 1 as well, where I didn't. But Modern Warfare 3, in my opinion, was my favorite multiplayer. God, the grenades! Jeez Louise! Okay, maybe I should concentrate on these video games for a sec, ladies and gents. All right, let's get through this section. And again, I'm only losing because I'm too busy talking to chat.
Move up. Let's go.
Like that this time, legitimately. What's my secondary? Alright. We'll take it, AK. The grenade stuff is weird as well. It's kind of hard to tell where it is. Well, he's dead. I'm sorry, homie. I'm sorry. This gun does no damage. I have... Oh, God. Wait, didn't he die? Oh, he died again. I've got more lives than a cat. Oh, sorry. See what I mean about this game? And most of the COD games, they're just checkpoints that you have to hit. This year, you don't have to shoot all those enemies. I think you can like run, if you're trying to speed run the game, there's only like 1 or 2 enemies you have to shoot, and the rest of them you can... Get off me! Sorry, dog. There's just points you have to hit, and then you'll be totally cool. Grenades didn't have a bigger range as in some of the later games. I have no idea where I'm going to shot from. Yeah, but trying to play this in the hardest difficulty to get that platinum. Whew, it was annoying. There's the RPG machine gun up high.
We're taking heavy fire from the militia here, but I'm still tracking Rojas. Gone into a building. Ghost, do you see him? Roger that.
Guy screams Roach one more time. Wait, wasn't the...
Roach, we're keeping him from doubling back. Keep moving to intercept. Go, go!
Oh, I'm lost. Keep moving to intercept. Sarge, I'm lost. Hold on.
Keep going. Rojas is still headed towards your side of the favela. Roach, don't let the militia pin you down for too long. Use your flashbangs on them. I've lost sight of him again. Ghost, talk to me. I'm up to it. He's trying to double back through the alley below. Roger that. Stay on him.
Okay, found it. Man, the AI in this game was just annoyingly like laser vision as well. But that's why you would do the peek and auto aim. How'd you get lost in a linear game? Professional broadcaster. Well, I died again. I mean, there you have it. I feel like that's a good first look at, I mean, for air quotes, first look at Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Oh, well, this guy committed suicide. Definitely some conversation points with this one. I would have loved it if they added that multiplayer stuff. Like I played this game. We checked this out just to cover it and to see what it was. I'm not gonna lie, if I was at home, if I like the multiplayer not being in this is like a big gut punch for me. That's the only reason I want to come back to this game. So I don't know. I like maybe if enough people ask them or say give us it back, give us the multiplayer, they add it later. Like they have like, you know, at least you can buy this game without buying the deluxe edition of another game. It adds, if you buy this, you get stuff for Modern Warfare Remastered. One of the greatest multiplayers of all time. That's all I'm gonna say, and they is not here. So if you're interested in the story, you know, that big scene, there you have it. That's gonna be the big conversation point. Even 11 years later, they did a good job. It looks nice, but again, it's a linear corridor path. There's points, so you can see how the single player is working. So I mean, there you have it. Let me know what you think in chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that follow button or hit that subscription button so you do know when new videos drop. Drop a like on the video. I'd appreciate it very much. Turn those notification bells on. We do stream a couple of times a week over on Twitch. Go to Discord, go to Twitter, Instagram. All that information will be in the description. Don't forget to come check us out. I'd appreciate it very much. And drop a like. And I would love to have some conversations about this, to see what everybody thinks of this in 2020. And please activate shit. Give us the multiplayer. I'm trying to keep it in so much. I'm trying like just constructive, but I want the multiplayer so much. Maybe this will be the better thing. Okay, don't give us the multiplayer for this, which I know people would be mad at, but give us the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3, because I prefer that one anyway. The multiplayer. For these two games, I wanted that multiplayer. So there you have it. Appreciate it.